What is up for anyone who is going to tune in? Again, I don't have all of my capture stuff that was donated to me and that I purchased all set up, waiting on one final piece. And then I'll figure out how to make normal videos instead of just streaming. Let me just send this out here. Oh, no. Get away, demo mode. Go away. Thank you, Drake. Okay, so this is kind of a two-part combobulation about Madden franchise. Now, this is not Madden. This is NBA 2K20. I am never playing Madden 20 again. I will not load up that game. So we're going to load up a legitimate franchise mode, and I'm going to show you what that looks like while ranting about Madden franchise. This is also going to be for my league, 4th and 1. We're thinking about potentially also including in our Discord server a 2K league or fully switching in general. So this is all kind of a 2-for-1, 3-in-1, whatever you want to call it. So Madden yesterday decided to be brilliant, and I think they did this on purpose. So we were supposed to have the live stream and the gridiron notes drop yesterday. I think the stream was like 8 Eastern time, same that they've always done, 8 p.m. So they decided, hey, we're seeing our YouTube video for our gameplay trailer get over 40,000 dislikes and like only 17,000 likes. Only no so they had double the dislikes, and they saw all the comments of requests to fix franchise. They then, sitting there like, shit, we really did nothing to franchise. We don't want to hop on stream here and get absolutely killed, have Kralo and I don't know whether it'd be Swami or Clint get just absolutely bombarded for an hour and 10 minutes on a stream about why we didn't touch franchise. Let's just, at 11 in the morning, 10 in the morning, why not just drop a deep dive patch note, gridiron note about face of the franchise, and then at the very, very bottom, let's include 6 bullet points about franchise. And I'm not even going to read those off. I am just going to say none of those are new features that should be marketed as additions. Like, one of the second bullet point was, just like the NFL, we now have 3 wildcard teams. That is not a feature that should be pushed. That is the expectations when you are a sim licensed NFL product. That we should have just expected. We were talking in our league like, hey, our league is super competitive. There's always 1 or 2 10-6 teams that are getting left from the playoffs. And we're like, yo, this actually, like, yeah, it's kind of weird for the NFL. Not sure how we like it. But for online franchises, this is great. That way, that one division that has 3 really good users, those guys are going to make it. And then the division with 2 really good users, they're still going to be okay because there's that extra wild card slot. So we were super doped and just like, oh, that's going to happen. And then I saw that in the feature bullet point, and I'm like, really? You guys had to throw it in there? X Factors, that's not a franchise feature. That absolutely is not a franchise feature. They said adjusted rookie contracts to scale more accurately. Okay, that's a patch, not a new feature. And then they increased everyone who plays franchise know that 3 really big things that are wrong with the offensive and defensive schemes are offensive linemen, receivers, and defensive backs. They are all lumped, or I guess corners specifically. They are all lumped together in one. All the offensive line have to be one archetype, all the receivers, and all the corners. Well, now they broke up offensive line, so you have OT, OG, and center. You have those, so you're running a West Coast spread. Okay, your left tackles are going to be agile. Your center's going to be, or your tackles say pass protect, your interior, stuff like that. They kind of broke that up a little bit better, I think, if what I'm hearing is right. Even though I distinctly remember them changing that, like, oh, but you know what? No, they said it's going to be for everyone. So that one had like different positions and all that, and there were a few that had difference, but now they completely revamped it. So stuff that didn't even matter that could have been in a patch. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a look at an online. Now 2K's online league was absolutely terrible. So what you can do is we can come in here. This is in our online league. We could do an expansion and have more. You could have 36 users instead of 30, or you can customize it. And I could say, for whatever reason, the Atlantic. I'm a Celtics fan. So we're going to swap and move it with the Warriors. I want the Warriors. I want the Lakers. I want the Heat. And I live in Minnesota right now, so I want the T-Wolves, all in this division. So you can swap that. You can have the Bulls go ahead and play in the Southwest if you want. You could take the Pistons, move them with the Jazz. Or, you can do all that fun stuff on it, and then you're done. What type of timer should be used? You can pick. So you can pick live, a daily, you can have custom timers. So for example, live, it just continuously runs on a clock. So custom, draft start time, power ranking, trade deadline. You can edit all of this stuff. Contracts. And this is specifically so daily, so you'd get a day for each off season. So then we can set up. You can adjust all of the conference, like the playoff length. So you can do one game for the quarter, 3 for the semi, 5 for the conference, 7 for the NBA finals. You can do all of that. Expansions if you're having the protected players. You can keep rule changes on, and we can all vote for rule changes. How fucking cool would that be to have in Madden? And then how long pop-up notifications are, that doesn't matter. You can adjust the salary cap growth, the inflation rate, what the hard cap is. And I have custom sliders that I'd import. This like this here, the min rating, max rating, salary curve, player potential, what they value and all that. You can adjust how players ask for contract based on their overall, if it's high or low, how many minutes they played, what their potential is, what their durability is, their fame, what their non-financial ambitions are. You can adjust all of that. You can even turn on veto free agent signings, trade approvals, obviously the injuries, but here is the key here. You have attribute, progression, and regression and peak phase adjustments. You can choose the rating, or the rate of which ratings increase and decrease throughout the course of a career. The difficulty, obviously, you have a bunch of stuff here, and there's different sliders you can use for that. And then here's another one. This is more for, I guess, like simming stuff, but you can adjust the pace of the team, the flow of it, the progressive, or the regular fatigue rate, recovery rate, how many shots are in a game, assists, blocks, turnovers, dunks. You have all of that. Stat distribution, whether you're getting more like on offensive rebounds, if you're going to distribute that throughout the whole team, or if the stars and good players at getting offensive boards are going to get the bulk of it. Fouls, but you can do all of that stuff. And then here's obviously the timer settings and all that. You can do all of that. But it's just insane. And here you go, the season length. You can play 14, 29, 58, or 82 games. The quarter length, the simulated quarter length. You can normalize played to sim minutes and stats. A fantasy draft if you want. And if you have a fantasy draft, you can choose like to have people like Michael Jordan in there and have really good teams if you wanted. So turn that off here. So just for example, you got all that fun stuff. So this is all just the bare minimum of what a Madden franchise person should expect. You know, I'll just kind of rally them off while I wait, and let's first name this. Fix Madden franchise. Which, that's great that that was trending. It's gonna allow it. Hey, there we go. So for Madden, now I get a lot of these are 2K basketball related things, but we should be able to control the sim rate for quarterback carries, quarterback run yards, distribution of running back carries, receiver carries, how often is the tight end getting involved, the running backs, overall passing numbers, running numbers, attempts, I guess you should say instead of numbers, interceptions, forced fumbles, defensive touchdowns, special teams blocks, special team stuff. We should have all of those to be able to adjust. We should also have the ability to choose our own progression rates. We should, instead of us having to do regression fixes, we should be able to tune by position the rates of which they regress at certain attributes. So for a running back, we should be able to have that. We should have a growth phase, a peak phase, and a decline phase. The growth phase is when you're building up to your peak. The peak is a 1 to 8, 10, however long it is, your window at which you, for the most part, stay at the top, aka your prime. And then your decline phase where you start to regress. Now, 2K has it where you can physically edit those. So say, for example, a LeBron James. He has his peak phase that started at the age of 25. So that was year 7 for him, which is about right. Year 6, 7 is when LeBron truly became, a top 2-3 basketball player in the world, and in my opinion, the best player in the NBA. And his peak phase is run through, I think it's 37 or 38, which is about where it is now. From that span, he's been one of the, if not the top basketball player. So during that phase, he's not going to regress. He's not going to tip the scale. He might get, and now during that peak phase, you can make them get worse. You can have like a -1 speed so they slowly lose their athleticism throughout that length of time. But then once you get over that peak phase into the decline, then you see rapid decline, and you can choose like what my custom standings are. Your jump shot doesn't really go away from when you're 30 years old to 38 years old. You look at a guy like Kyle Korver, that's not really gonna, decrease a ton. In football terms, look at Tom Brady. His peak phase could have been, say, 28, 29 to 39 or 40. And now you're going to see it start to decline. But during that decline, we're going to sit there and put short accuracy at a -1 or a 0. Because Tom's short accuracy, 5 yards in, that's never going to change, while he's still playing in the NFL. I'll look at Adam Vinatieri, kick accuracy for declining. That wouldn't be something that we would say declines. You don't really lose that. Same with awareness, play recognition. That goes up as you age. Once you turn 30 years old in Madden, your peak phase is over. You don't forget how to play football. That stays high with you. You lose athletic ability. You lose a little bit of, say, coverage ability just because you can't physically do that anymore. So you're not sitting there losing all this stuff. So, there's so many things that we can have, that we should have, that we can just relate. And that would save a ton of time. I currently have to spend during our franchise for Madden at least 10 hours a week, and we have other co-pilots who spend as much time, if not more, a little bit less, whatever, doing the same thing, regression fixes, training camps that should already be in the game, boosts, contract editing, waiver wire editing, free agencies, all that stuff that we have to fix because Madden just sucks at it. Okay, so now in here, now obviously, if I wanted to add everything, you know, you can edit, invite people, whatever. You have your social media tab, your team status, and I'll show like what offline is for people who would be interested in also doing offline. But you have your trade man, league members here where you can obviously see it all and you can invite people to that. Game management. You have your coaching game plans where you can adjust your minutes per game. So Kemba, all these guys here. Oh, they added Brad Wanamaker's face. That's cool. And Kemba's. And you can adjust it by just what team or every team. You can do it that way. Practice, scrimmage, you can make a playbook here. Your system proficiency. Whether you want to be a defensive team, balanced, grit and grind. So this is like schemes, but they're a little bit more in depth. A pace and space, perimeter-centric, post-centric, triangle, a 7-second offense, you know, and then you can adjust it, and it tells you what your proficiency is based on your players. So it's similar to what Madden has, but it's a little more in depth, I feel. Scouting, which is a hell of a lot better. You have your team intel. This is great. You can set what you want. Are you going to be a team that's contending? Are you going to be a team that's rebuilding, selling, buying? You can do it once per year. But right now the Celtics, they're a contending team, so their stuff is set to contending. But if I'm going to be like, you know, hey, I'm not too good, I want to rebuild. Or, hey, we have a feeling we've hit our peak, we're not going to get any better, let's reset. So sell, we're going to sell our stocks. We're going to just trade a bunch of our star players for draft picks. Or, hey, we feel like we're one dude away. We're a two guard. We're a sixth man. We're a big away from great contending team, so we're going to buy. We're going to try and mortgage young assets, draft picks to try and get another star or another key piece. You got stuff like that. In Madden, it would be great to be able to set that, okay? Do you feel that you're a slot corner away or a rotational edge rusher, a guard? Hey, we're buying, we're ready. Contending, no. So, and you can check the status for every other team. You'll see a target list. Okay, I'll show you what that is in a second here. If it I don't know if it'll let you do that for online. So you'll be able, I'll show you that more. Relocate. You can relocate. I can go ahead and relocate the Celtics to Minneapolis in here. And you can make your own designs, upload and download them. It's insane. Your standings, power rankings, scouting. They have mock drafts on here for both rounds. It's insane. You have 3 of them, and they tell you here, most modern, evaluate all of them. They have personal bias towards certain alumni or power conference. So there's some flaws in them, and they say that, and it's really cool to see because they're different. Team comparisons, you can compare your strengths and weaknesses. This isn't an online league. Say I'm playing the Lakers. Let's go to the Lakers because I'm a LeBron fan. Okay, their strengths versus our weaknesses. We're both weak at steals. We're not a great dunking team, but you can see their strengths and their weaknesses. Say then we play the let's go the Spurs. Okay, they're okay at 3-point scoring, but I know I have the advantage. Say in blocks, in vertical. They're weak. They're post defense. They're rebounding, strength, dunks, DIQ, which is or that's offensive IQ. Never mind. I was gonna say, yeah. There's no way that they're not good on DIQ with pop. You can get a matchup report, projected lineups, stat rankings if you play them, your shot chart. The shot chart will show where every single shot has been fucking taken in the course of the year. Whether you're playing a 14-game schedule, a 29, a 58, an 82, it will track the thousands of fucking shots you take. In Madden, I should be able to pull this up and see where the quarterback is targeting every single fucking player. Is he leaning to the left short, the right deep, and mid? Where are his tendencies so I know? If I see he's taking deep shots down the sideline, I know, hey, I need to call stuff that's going to plan for this. Oh, he likes to utilize the deep middle. And you should be able to do this, not now as a field goal, you can do it here. Like field goals against field goals, see where people are attacking them, blah, blah, blah. It should be the same. If I'm the Buccaneers and I am facing the Kansas City Chiefs, okay, if Bucs don't have a good secondary, I got to come an extra game plan, or extra prepared with a good game plan. I should be able to see where Pat Mahomes targets all that, and I should be able to flip by receiver. Hey, Tyreek Hill, this is where Tyreek Hill catches the most passes. This is where Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, that new LSU running back. Where are the run plays mainly going? Inside, A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap. Is it toss? Are it counters? Is it a draw? Is it gun? Is it under center? How much are they in the eye? How much are they in single back? How much are they in gun? All of these things should be in Madden. It's not that difficult. It's in 2K, and these guys sit here and care more about their microtransactions. Buying sneakers in this game is 4,000 virtual currency. You don't have to buy sneakers in Madden. Everything in this cost VC. If you want to become an owner in my GM, you pay 50,000 VC. Like, they monetize it still, and they have a good enough franchise mode. You know, why can't we have a decent franchise mode? And then you have your stats. These are more of the sliders. Trade sliders. That's gone. You'll see them all. But they have trade sliders for offline. Oh, boy. Okay. And then you have all of your settings. Delete league, exit. So that is kind of what, say, 2K offers for online. Now, let's simulate through the date. And then you'll see here. Now, the thing is, with this, all of your games are open, so you can play all of your games at once. So while that's going, let me pull up that stupid-ass gridiron note. Oh, we already simulated through the year. I thought it took a lot longer. So, gives you Luka Doncic, whatever. Luka, one MVP, had a triple-double. Oh, God, timer expired. I don't care. Just get rid of it all. John Morant was Rookie of the Year. Sixth man, Defensive Player of the Year, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then it goes right to the next screen. Who was first team NBA? Who was second team? Who was third team? Who were the top two all defensive teams? How about the top two rookie teams? Then you go to the playoffs. Okay, so now I want to go to the league news and show league history. What Spectre Bug, aka Nick, does for our league in that 4th and 1 data tracker of all of our historical records, it shows every single fucking MVP since 1955 and what team they were and who it was. You can scroll through and see, oh, hey, here's when Steve Nash won back-to-back and won it over, Kobe one of those years, I'm pretty sure. When Kobe won it, LeBron's 4 and 5 years. Steph Curry's back-to-back. Oh, you can see who won Rookie of the Year every single year since Rookie of the Year has been an award since 1952. You can see the Sixth Man of the Year award, which has been an award since 1982. You can see every Detlef Schrempf, German. Hey, you can see all of that. When J.R. Smith won it, how about when Lou Williams won it twice in a row? He's won it for 3 times already. Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved. You can even check the all first-team NBAs every single year, going all the way back, and second, and third, and all defensive teams, and all rookie teams, and the Coach of the Year. You can also check every single champion and what it was. Last year, the Raptors beat Golden State in 6. Then all the times LeBron played the Warriors. All the times LeBron was in the finals with the Heat. Twice the Lakers won. The three-peat the Lakers had. Jordan's era with the Bulls and Hakeem with the Rockets those 2 years. You can see every single championship, and you can see who the MVP was once they started having a finals MVP. Jerry West lost the finals and was MVP. You can see that there. You can see who led the league in points per game, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, minutes. You can see who made the Hall of Fame every year. Just all this stuff should be in Madden. It's not hard. You should see who led the league in passing, rushing, passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, sacks allowed, pancakes, whatever you want to do for O-line. Like, I get there's not a whole lot for offensive line. Should be able to see who made the Pro Bowl, they should have an all-pro team. It's that simple. You have you can check your all-star races on. I should have done that in the middle of the year, but yeah, you have all of that stuff. All stuff we don't have in Madden. Now here we go. Well, we made it as the 8th seed. Oh, I was like, why is Golden State here in the Lakers? Well, I switched things up. So okay, now let's just go through the playoffs. That might take more than 2 seconds again, but you have all of this, customization at your hands, and yet we get nothing, and it works just fine. There we go. The Bucks won the finals, advanced to the offseason. Now we're going to take a look at what the offseason does and talk about how Madden's offseason blows compared to 2K's. Whenever it loads. Yes. Advance to the offseason. Advance to the offseason. Okay, I gotta remember how to advance to the... do I have to exit and then reload it? That might be something you have to do. I said, it's been a long time since I've done... Oh, there it is, hashtag fix... If we do run a 2K franchise, this is what we are calling it. We're gonna name it Fix Madden Franchise. Okay, here we go. It shows player retirements, and me as a commissioner, I can override if they retired. I don't want J.R. Smith to retire. I don't want... And there's no one else that would really matter. But yeah, I don't want Jose Calderon to retire. Nope, don't want that. I don't want Andrew Harrison to retire. I don't want... You know what? I don't want any of these guys to retire. And you can only do it once, but it's still neat that you can do it. So none of them are going to retire. Nope. Paused. Oh. Whoa. No. Let's, wrong button. Technical difficulties. That's okay. Let's exit out and then reload in. Entering league. Okay. And if not, it will take 2 seconds to just get to another off season, so I ain't even worried. Player retirement. Okay, now it's loading them back up. Yeah, that's just weird. Oh, and then here's another thing with 2K. Let's go to my roster, Jason Tatum. You can track their career stats, their morale. So he's not really feeling Boston right now. That might change when contract time comes. So we know, hey, he might not want to extend us, so we can potentially try and move him. His points per game average, per 36, his advanced stats, so his efficiency rating, his PER, his split stats, what his ratings are, his grades, his skill graph, what his tendencies are, all of his badges, if he had any awards, his contract, career game highs, recent games, his health. This is progressive fatigue. And then you can check his injury history. Like, how is that not in Madden? Wear and tear on his body, his hot zones. Under the basket, he's hot. Basically, the right side, he's cold. The left side, he's hot. Social media about him. You know, there's all this shit. Okay, league management. Now, what would be great is if I could figure out how the hell to advance. Like I said, I haven't done this in a long time. League members. Okay, either way, we're just going to go into a normal one to show. It's pretty much the same. There's a few differences. Let's go ahead and just fire up a league that I have. I have 1,000 of them. May with the Bulls because it's close to the off season. So this is a 2K off season. Now Madden, you get a few bullshit free agent. Oh, looks like I made the finals with them somehow. We'll just simulate to the end. Let's see if we win. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, we came back from a 3-1 deficit. Alright. That was pretty sweet. So, player retirements, here you go. You see, I'm a few years in, so a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge, I can override JaVale McGee retiring. Jeremy Lin, he's not going to retire, whatever, so we'll go. Now you have your staff retirements. Greg Popovich retired. Nah, I don't want you to retire right now. We're going to override it. Jersey retirements, they retire. Kyle Lowry retired for the Raptors. Now no one's going to wear number 7. Cool. League meetings, they have these now in an online league. All the users vote on them, and we can all agree on what we'd want. But here we go. League expansion. Add one to the new team to the new league. Watch this. Nope, I'm going to override and approve it. I want an expansion team in. And then what you can also do, say in an offline league, is you can replace it with an entirely new rule. And they have all these rules that can be voted on and added on that you can make. Oh, I want a seed instead of conferences. I just want 1 through 16 regardless of conference. You know, they have all that stuff you can add. So, here we go. League realignment. Now that they added a new expansion team, the Nashville Stars, here's what I'm going to do. Say, for example, the Wizards are going to go back here. We're going to switch the Timberwolves to be in the Central to be with all those teams. And now we're going to switch these teams here. There we go. Makes a lot more sense, whatever. So you can adjust all this stuff. So there we go. I adjusted all this stuff here. Boom. Draft lottery. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. But they have the lottery. So, and it goes through it all and whatever. We'll exit the lottery. Now you have a period for staff signing. You can sign a CFO, assistant GM, your head coach, your assistant coach, scout, trainer. So we're just going to go Connor. I don't care. Assistant coach, Stacy Miller. Sure. And then, okay, you signed them. Boom, we'll go to the end. If you miss scouting, there's an availability to scout here. Get rid of that. And then this is all trainer. uncovered an injury concerns with said person, this is what all of that is. There's a bunch of them. Then you have a combine that you see where you see their sprint times, their lane times, their vertical jump numbers, their bench press, standing 15-foot jumpers, moving 15-foot, standing college 3, moving college 3, standing NBA 3, moving NBA 3. There's a bunch of people that do it. And then you get pre-draft workouts. Depending on how good your trainer is, you get X amount of invites. So I get 12, so I can just pick whatever 12 I want. And then you go through another individual workout and you unlock a higher percentage of them. Now here we go, expansion. You protect 8 players, so just whatever, it doesn't matter. Boom. Expansion draft. Now they go ahead and pick their team. So we'll just skip the draft. There we go, they made a team. NBA draft. Now, during this, you can trade. You can do 3-team trades with 6 slots, or what's really cool with 2K, Trade Finder. Say I want to get rid of Gordon Hayward. I just click on him. There are no offers found, okay, because he's older and making $12 million. That's whatever. Miles Turner. I'm not really feeling Miles Turner on my team anymore. It'll pull up all the offers CPU teams are offering me for Miles Turner. It's a cool feature. Draft summary, sim to user pick, obviously. We really don't, do I even have picks? I have the final pick in the draft, so. Okay, so we'll sim to user pick. Okay, so you choose prospect. Now, if you don't have 100% scouting progress unlocked, you don't get an overall. So, which I really didn't try at all, so there's no one really unlocked. But you'd see those unlocked. And then if you have them fully unlocked, or the more you have them unlocked, it shows their ranking, a scouting report, their stats, what their grades are. When they're fully unlocked, then you see their attributes, which kind of sucks. But overall, it's just a much higher, you get a much greater, and we'll take this dude. You get a significantly higher amount, okay, chill. Significantly higher amount of information given to you to make a good, just overall selection. Rookie signings, yeah, I don't care. You have all of your option phase, your qualifying offers, and then you get a 3-day signing period, blah, blah, blah. This is the only dude I want to make sure he stays on this team in case I ever want to come back to this franchise. Let's give him a 5-year max. Oh, and then, so what's cool with this, once I give him a max contract, oh, Zion Williamson will be on the 2K21, PS5, and Xbox Series X cover. Cool, who cares? You can adjust the years. If you want a bird type, plus 8% contract, a flat, you can choose how the contracts are distributed. You can choose all that. A team, a player option. So we'll go a player ETO. Offer it to him. Boom, he agreed to it. And then you can renounce the rights to player, hold on to their rights. You can do all that stuff. So now that he agreed, I really don't care. We'll just simulate through free agency. So they have those 3 days. Then you're going to get a full 12 days of legit. So during those first, whatever they call it, I don't remember. It's like more or something. Those 3 days, they verbally accept offers. You can choose to be like, hey, actually, JK, I don't want him because I want the cap space for this trade. You can let go of your offer, even though he verbally agreed to it, because it's not official until the actual free agency. Similar to how it's like a legal tampering period. Player progression, it shows all the people who progressed or regressed. And then they have this like simple view here, but you can go into a detailed view and see all of their attributes. This would be a cool addition for Madden, so we don't have to find it in all the player cards. You can toggle that. Then they have their Summer League. I don't care about the Summer League. I just skip past it. Players get hurt in the Summer League and all that. Oh, great. Dude got hurt for the season. Fucking pussy. When we get done with this... All-Star City selection. Oh, New York. No, fuck New York. I can choose wherever I want the All-Star game to be at. So let's go to Minneapolis. It's going to be in Minneapolis this year. Now, I can auto-generate the rookies, create a custom class, or I can do a user-created one. I've made draft classes, one that's... Or I can do a historic draft class, and we can have the... Anyone... we'll go 2003. I think that's the LeBron one. No. Now, 2K Hoop Summit. You can go ahead and play the 2K Hoop Summit and play with guys like Carmelo, D. Wade, because they're all in that draft class. Let's back out of that because I definitely don't want to do it. And you can play legitimately with LeBron as a new rookie. And then now you have your training camps. So that depends on your trainer. A shitty trainer, you'll get 1. A good trainer will get you 2. And a great trainer will get you 3. So I can send my whole team to the free throw camp, so everyone gets +1 in a free throw. I can send this Dustin Keller dude to the three-point camp to work on his mid and three-point shot. And then I can send my center to our big man offense so he can work on his post moves, close shot, post hook fade, layup, blah, blah, blah. Then I can advance to the next season. Now, in offline franchises, you can adjust kind of what happens on that page. So no one CPU will offer me stuff for Royal Jackson Jones or Dustin Keller. And then my target list, I really want to get D. Gilbert. And then trading block, I'm really trying to trade Miles Turner. So then when you go to scouting team intel, it shows I'm contending. It's going to show they appear to be championship contenders, so they probably won't be making a lot of trades. D. Gilbert appears to be on the Bulls target list. The Bulls are currently looking for a trade partner that wants Miles Turner, position and overall. The team seems to consider Dustin Keller and Royal Jackson Jones completely untouchable, and then it shows who's an expiring contract. And then we'll go through on other teams. The Bucks, the Sixers, they're not gonna trade Joel Embiid. Stars, that's the new team, whatever. The Wizards, the Warriors are not gonna trade Steph Curry. Blazers aren't gonna trade Lillard. The Timberwolves, they're contending. They don't have anyone in trade. Blah blah blah. You have all that, and they're unique for teams. They set them based on their roster, their overalls, all that. What was another thing I wanted to show? Oh, you can see your salary cap table. See what people... You can get finance help that shows all of it and explains the cap. What the mid-level exception is. Luxury tax per the dollar. You can assign teams to your G League team. Assign players to your G League team. You can create a player in the middle of it. You can view your picks and where they were originally. I gave a bunch of picks to Cleveland to get a pick at one point, apparently, and I no longer have them. So that's pretty neat. The cool thing is with scouting, and we have to advance to the regular season to do this. And then starting players, you need at least 14 players. Yeah, just fix it. I don't care. I'm never going to play this one again, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Now to scouting, prospect scouting, so there's a 17-year-old LeBron James from St. Vincent St. Mary High School. All of his stuff doesn't really, obviously it's not fully scouted, so we don't have it. Say I'm not really feeling this draft class, I'm just like, I picked the wrong one. Well, at any point, I can just load a new one. And now we have the 2014 class with Karl Anthony Towns, Jahlil Okafor, Kristaps Porzingis, D'Angelo Russell. You can do that as much as you want. So, and then obviously you have your mock drafts. You can set a big board. You can check your team rivals. So, I am the Chicago Bulls. I have a high-level rivalry with the Philadelphia 76ers, with the Atlanta Hawks, the Milwaukee Bucks, a mid-ish level with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then you can check, say, for the Los Angeles Lakers. Big rivalry with the Clippers, with the Pelicans, the Mavericks, Rockets, with the Celtics. You can see it for the Magic, the Mavericks. You can see all of that. And then you have an analytic tool. You can literally build an analytics, and you can do per game, per 100 possessions. Let's go last season, points, over NBA average, versus per game, last season. Let's go turnovers versus here. So there you go. You can check turnovers per game versus points per 100 possession. You can just completely mess around with the analytics. That'd be dope to do with Madden, having analytics tracks. So, all in all, just kind of showing what a legitimate franchise mode can offer its fans. There are so many things that 2K has. Now, this second part was solo stuff. I don't remember if it's in the online. We'll see if that's fixed now. It's tough in an online one to just skip through everything like that because it's a little different. You have to get a bunch of the league and all that on there. We'll check one last time before I shut this thing down. But there's just so many things that should be in... Oh, I had to not click it. I had to go down. Well, that's stupid. And then it would show that you're ready. But yeah, they might have. Oh, they do have analytics here. So yeah, nope. You got all that, and you have team rivals on this too. So you see the Celtics pretty much real life rivals at the moment. But yeah, there are a ton of cool things that 2K has. Now, we're gonna delete the league. Their servers are, if you think Madden servers are bad, 2K's are terrible. They are not good. That's an issue. And it makes it tough, especially a lot of us aren't super into basketball, and you might have never really played 2K in a while, so that'll be a learning curve. But, yeah, fuck Madden. Fix their goddamn franchise mode. It's ridiculous that we are night and day behind 2K, who they care less about these modes than what you'd think Madden should care about it. So, and 2K has, for the most part, NBA Live to compete, so that's probably why they had competition. But, yeah, that is all. I'm going to drop this in our section. Okay, that is all. I appreciate someone tuning in. Mad needs to fix and figure their shit out. And, yeah. See ya.